one thing in common, and that is awareness. That is the inheritance I have through the Feldenkrais method. Dr. Moshe Feldenkrais called his method awareness through movement. I call it smart moves. And I like to bring attention to what you do. Attention that you can feel, this is actually making sense to me, that feels good. And I know what I'm doing. I understand the connections in the body. The connections are what is so interesting. How everything is connected, for example, through the center. How the tailbone is connected to the atlas, the last vertebrae. These connections that sometimes we don't think about or have never thought about are super interesting. What does my jaw have to do with my pelvis? Yeah, connections like that. So in my many classes and workshops, I do lessons about movement, lessons about these connections, so that you start feeling more holistic. Now in RSS, the emphasis is a little bit more on a workout, still with awareness. It's a workout that gives you a little bit more strength and power, and is massaging the connective tissue, and is testing your balance and also your coordination, putting several movements together. Feldenkrais, of course, is also strengthening, just because you learn how to connect the things and not disrupt through habits that are not serving you your ability to be strong. If you have a faulty muscle coordination, then your muscles do not, it can be singularly strong, but actually altogether the movement is not strong. So that's something we can discover in Feldenkrais, how to work in such a functional way that we can be strong without using a lot of effort. Now that is interesting, yeah? How can we reduce the effort? And that's where I also love Qigong. Qigong, coming from the Eastern thought form of yin and yang and the balance and energy. Qigong also looks for the ease so that the energy can flow, because of course if we strain, we're actually blocking energy. We're starting to lock down our muscles, our connective tissue, and then we have to struggle. And that then brings injury. So this is all the methods that I'm teaching are preventing injury, because you are coordinating better. And you have more joy and ease and freedom in your movement. In Wave Continuum, we work with the water in us. We stimulate all the fluids in us. And we go on a beautiful movement journey through breath and sound that informs your cells and then informs your being from a very old and ancient place, from a place where life thrives. And so, yes, my mission is that your life can thrive, that you can thrive, that you are healthy and well in your body and in your spirit and in your mind. So for me, teaching through the body as a way to balance the mind, to balance your spirit. You will balance it, but by doing these movement modalities, doing these exercises, you find your way of how to do this. You find your midline, you find your core. And once you have that, once you know where your core is, you can't get lost anymore. You can always come back to your midline. You can always come back to your center. And that's invaluable, especially in a time that shifts and changes. Physically, to feel where is my center, where is my midline. And it might get lost again, but you practice again and again and again to come back to it. To again and again how to find it back. You know, some people have a very complicated spine. It has twists and turns, and then midline is always, where is it? So again and again, you're looking for it, you're finding it, you're reinforcing with every time you do it to have a clearer image. Every time you reinforce that image, you know quicker to find it. Life is not static. So we have to fall out of midline to find it back. And that's Feldenkrais. Dr. Feldenkrais was a judoka. So his idea was that we need to know how to fall safely. And then we also know how to get up easily. And that is not just a concept. This is physically through the body. Just think about it. When you get older and you get afraid of falling, then you get afraid of getting up. And then you get afraid of just being in space. And by the way, to start to learn how to fall is never too early. You don't have to wait until you're in your old age. It is also never too late. Sometimes we're wise enough when we get older because the necessity is bigger. But it starts earlier. The earlier you start, the better it is. Because you just, as I said before, you have to do it again from all angles. Where's the midline? Where's the center? We all have habits. And habit is so strong. Habit gives us false security. Ultimately, security is inside of you. And it's a physical feeling where that center is. How to connect into your center. Go out, come back in. Fall out of it, come back in. And that's a beautiful exploration that once you start on that journey, you will love it. You move and it's like yummy food. You move and it's like yummy food. It nourishes you. And that is what I want to give you. That feeling, that movement is nourishing you. And it's yummy. Moving is yummy. Okay, thank you for listening. And you can find me under smartmovesforyou.com. Mahalo.